Hello everyone. I know it's a little late, but better late than never. We are doing So Sunday on Wednesday because I have been super busy with Halloween orders. But I have an order for this costume, so I decided to come live very quick. I will only be showing how to do the shorts portion. Um, so for this pattern, for this outfit, you're going to need, what is this? Okay, this is the piece. You're going to need a shorts pattern. I'm using my shorts pattern, but you have to have a shorts pattern that has seams on the sides. So if your pattern does not have seams on the side, then it's not gonna work. So my pattern does not have seams on the side. So what I'm going to do is just fold it in half, okay? And I'm gonna cut four. So I'm taking my shorts pattern that looks like this. Usually you would cut it out like that, but since I need the side seams, I'm just going to cut it, I'm just gonna fold it in half. And I'm going to cut for a piece. So let's cut our shorts out. Take my shorts pattern. So now we have two, and we're gonna cut two more. Cut some trim. Just cutting along here. So I have to. Okay, now we have four pieces. I think I need to cut something else. I'm gonna cut the arm pieces. This is not a part of the tutorial, so just disregard this portion here. This costume comes with arm pieces, and I need to cut them out. And this is also my arm piece pattern. Can we get 2 likes? There's 2 people in here watching. Like the video, guys. It's free. Thank you. So whoever liked the video, appreciate your support. Okay. After this is cut out, we'll get back to the shorts. pieces. I'm going to try to be fine. I lose them. Okay, so you should have your four pieces now. Your four shorts pieces. And now you need your train that goes in the front. So, I do not have a pattern for the train. I can show you guys what I do, but there is no pattern. Maybe I'll make a pattern in the future next Halloween. Um, but this is what I do. It's very, very simple. Okay? You don't need to go buying patterns for everything. When you are looking at certain outfits and you're like, hey, I want to make that. I want you guys to get into the habit of looking at stuff and seeing shapes, because that's all sewing is, a bunch of lines and shapes. So once you start looking at things, you're able to start seeing the shapes of things. So when I wanted to make this train, I said, the front of it looks a lot like a thong, right? The front of it looks a lot like a thong, except all it is just extended. So that's literally all you're gonna do is take any high waist thong pattern. This is a high waist thong pattern. You can find plenty of them on Etsy. I don't have any thong patterns, but you can find a thong pattern on Etsy. High waist thong. It should look similar to this. And all you're going to do is extend your pattern all the way down. Of course, when you get to the end, you're gonna widen it a little bit because the train is not skinny. It kind of widens as it goes down. Does that make sense? Can you guys let me know in the comments if that makes sense? Or do I need to re-explain it? Because I know it might not make sense. So the shape of the train is actually a thong. If you look at the picture, it looks like a thong, just an elongated thong. So all we're doing is you take some tracing paper. Usually I just cut it. I just recently made a pattern. I freehanded a pattern. But usually I just use this and I eyeball it. I already have mine cut out because I had my assistant cut it the other day. So I'm not going to recut it. I don't have enough fabric for that. So this is what it will look like. Do you see the thong in here? Do you see the thong? All I did was elongate it. So you take your thong pattern, find you a high waist thong pattern, and I use this as my guide. So there's the thong. All I did was I added a little bit up here because I don't want it to be too low. I added a little bit to the top, and then as I got to the bottom, I widened it out a little bit. There's no set measurements. I don't use set measurements. I just eyeballed it. So I want you guys to get to that point where you're able to eyeball things and not buying patterns for every single thing. Because once you can learn how to see shapes and things, you'll be able to create anything you want. Okay? So get you a thong pattern, place it on some tracing paper, and create a pattern. That's it. It's very simple, okay? So now that we have that piece out, and I wish I could have showed you guys how I did that, like step by step, but like I said, my assistant already cut off the pieces for me, so I'm not gonna cut another piece. This is our shorts, 2 and 2. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our serger and we're only gonna serge the crotch, just the crotch. Okay, I'm gonna do that very quickly and come back. I'm not gonna bring you guys over to that one step. So I'll be back. If you guys have any questions, post them. So when I come back, I'll be able to answer them. This is gonna be a very quick video. I have a lot of work to do, so I can't be on here too long. side. Don't sew the side seam. Okay. So now that we sewed our crotch seams only, yes, okay, great. Awesome. So now let's open up our shorts. They should look like this, front and the back. They're both the same, so it doesn't matter. Well, at least for my pattern. Well, you know what? I actually altered my patterns, so it's the same on the front and the side. So if you do purchase my pattern, you do want to make sure you are paying attention to which side is the front, which side is the back. So now that we have our shorts, we're going to put them to the side. And now we're going to focus on the train. So the next thing we're going to do is trim our train. And it might seem a little weird because you may be saying, why is she trimming that first? Usually trimming is like the last step. But this has to get sandwiched in between the shorts. So we have to trim it first. So we're not going to trim the top of the train. The only part we're trimming is the sides. Okay? I'm going to show you which parts we're going to trim. You're going to trim from here all the way down to the bottom. And then you're going to trim from here all the way down to this side. Then when you're done with that, you're going to trim across from here to here. We're not doing anything with this part. Nothing with this part yet. So from here to here and here to here. Then when you're done with that, you trim from there to there. Now let's hope I have enough trim for this. I'm not gonna have to cut it. Let's hope. Look at Miss Girl, isn't she cute? I released her yesterday for Halloween. Okay, so now let's get to trimming. Get my scissors before I sit down. Okay. I don't know where my tweezers are. Hold on, guys, because I need my tweezers. Where are my tweezers? These for now. These are not my favorite tweezers. I have a pair of tweezers that I love and I always use. Oh, here they are. These are the best tweezers ever. Yeah, they came with my Bernina machine. I mean my what is it called? My Burnett, which is made by Bernina. Okay, so I'm gonna start at the top, like we previously discussed. And I guess you don't have to trim it. If you want to just fold it over, you can do that. But I'm just showing you how I make it, how I do it. one side. And now we're going to do the other side. Starting from the bottom. Starting from the, this don't look like it's going to be long enough. We'll make it enough. That's what I always say. I think it'll be enough. Lord, please let it be enough. Is it going to be enough? Thank you, Lord. Thank you, universe. Okay, so now the only thing left to trim is that bottom part. Now we're going to trim across. And then what I do is I take this, fold it back, and just stitch it. Just like that. Sorry, I gotta eat now. So it's not just flapping out on the sides. Just fold it back and stitch. Okay, so now we have our train. She's trimmed. Now what we're going to do is take our our shorts, and this is, let's just call this the front. Like I said, the front and the back is the same, so it doesn't matter. We'll call this the front. Now we're going to attach the train to the front of the shorts. So all you do is take your train, right side up, your shorts are right side up, and your train is right side up as well. And all you do, you're gonna go to your serger and just attach it at the top, here to here, and on the other side from here to here. So I'm gonna go to my serger and I'm just going to attach the train on the sides. I'm not doing anything to the top. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so I attached the seam on the side. This is what it should look like. All I did was serge the side seams to the side seam of the short. So now what I'm going to do to make this process easier of sandwiching the shorts together is I'm going to serge this part here just so it can be attached. So you go to your serger and everything will line up and you just serge it across. This way we just have one layer and we're not struggling to attach the shorts. I'll show you guys how that looks. So we serge the side seams and now we're going to just close this up at the top because we don't want this to be separated. So now everything is one piece. Sorry guys, I know it's hard to see. So all we did was serge across the top. So now the next thing we're going to do is sandwich this front piece with our back piece. And then your shorts are pretty much done. The only thing will be left to do is to hem the top and the leg holes. So this is what your front piece should look like. And now you're going to take your back piece and literally just sandwich it in. So now we're going to sew our side seams. And then when you do your crotch, you're just going to push this in. Make sure you don't sew it. Push that in and sew your crotch. Okay, this is the reason why we needed side seams, because if we didn't have side seams, we wouldn't be able to do this portion. So the side seam shorts are very important. So all we're doing again, this is our front piece we just attached to the front shorts. Take your back piece, right sides together, sew your side seams, push this in, sew your crotch. Okay, I'll show you guys. Whoops! There goes my light. I don't know how that thing is. Okay. Got it all matched up. Thank you for watching, Essence. How are you? Well, you can't hear me. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Is everyone following along okay? Are there any parts that are confusing? Maybe I can provide some clarity. Is there any parts that were a little like, I don't really understand? Let me know, guys, while I'm here. Because as soon as I'm done with these shirts, I have to get off. I'm not going to have time to answer any questions after. But you're more than welcome to post questions in the group, and I will always respond when I can. If you have questions, you can also leave them in the comments of this video. Maybe someone else has the same question as you. So I like when people leave their questions in the comments. Okay, those are our side seams. Like I said, push that in because you don't want to sew that. That will, you'll have to start all over if that gets chopped off. And it comes right out through the top. And my crotches, I always go over my crotches and my armholes twice. So I go over that again. And now you can either trim the top, which is what I do. I trim. I'm not going to show you guys how I do that because it's just basic trimming. So you can either trim the top or you can add elastic and fold it down, and then you just hem your legs. You gotta hem this. So I go over my leg holes with a serge seam before I cover stitch it, because it just makes it easier to cover stitch it. That's a gem right there, guys. If you guys are using the cover stitch, that is a gem. I just started doing this maybe not even a year ago. I used to have problems when I would cover stitch without serging the ends first, and it would always come out wrinkly and not look good. But now, since I serged it first, I don't have that problem anymore. Okay, so now I'm gonna cover stitch that, but I'm not doing that part on the camera. I'm just gonna show you guys what it looks like on the mannequin before I add the elastic, or in my case, I'm adding trim. But I do want you guys to see the somewhat final product. And there you have your shorts. Your shorts with the training. So like I said, I still have to add my trim on the top, but you guys get the gist of it. Hem your bottoms, but you got your train. Okay? It's gonna look way better when the trim is on there to give it that finished look. And again, with the bottom, don't leave these things on here. Fold it back and stitch it so you'll have a nice clean finish. Okay? Does anyone have any questions very quickly? This mannequin doesn't do it any justice. But yes, that is how you get your train. I think I'm gonna do another one of these in like a Japanese print. But yes, guys, we're all done. That took 30 minutes. Not bad. If I would have had my pieces cut out, it would have been faster. But, you know, here we are. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll probably be back next Soul Sunday. I don't know. I might take a break because this week is really draining me. The week before Halloween, so I have a lot of deadlines to meet. So this weekend I'll probably just skip this Soul Sunday. But let me know what you guys want to see next. If this tutorial was helpful, make sure you like the video. Um, Make sure you subscribe, share it. You guys know what to do. You guys know. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.